It all began quietly, as these things so often do, not with a roar, but with a whisper on the chilly winds of late 2024. Across the British countryside, strange stories started to surface. A dark shape at the edge of a field, a pet refusing to walk further, a fleeting glimpse of a long black tail. These tales were local legend, easily dismissed as tricks of the light or overactive imaginations. But as 2025 arrived, the whispers grew louder and more frequent. What was once a monthly curiosity became a daily occurrence, with stories growing more detailed and urgent. People described powerful, muscular animals with feline grace, far too large to be any known native species. The novelty faded, replaced by a frisson of genuine fear. The question was no longer a joke for the local paper, it was a serious puzzle. Was Britain, a nation that lost its last large predators centuries ago, once again home to big cats? The phenomenon became real through the eyes of those who saw the creatures. Sarah Jenkins, a retired nurse near Exmoor, watched a large black animal with a long tail and rippling muscles leap her garden wall and vanish. David Chen, a lorry driver in Scotland, saw a lynx-like creature, far larger than any he'd seen in documentaries, staring at him from the roadside before melting into the forest. Maria Costello, a horse rider in Gloucestershire, encountered a sleek, puma-like animal that spooked her horse and disappeared into the undergrowth. Across the country, ordinary people, postmen, families, farmers, reported similar encounters, large confident cats that vanished in an instant. These were not fleeting shadows, but vivid emotional experiences that left witnesses questioning their senses. The consistency and credibility of these first-hand accounts transformed the legend into a tangible reality for hundreds. The stories echoed from Norfolk to the South Downs, from the Brecon Beacons to the Scottish Highlands. Each account added weight to the growing mystery. The legend was no longer just an idea. It was a living, breathing presence in the British countryside, and it was spreading. What made 2025 extraordinary was the sheer spread of sightings. From the Scottish Highlands to the Peak District, reports poured in. Deer carcasses stripped clean, large felines stalking sheep, tan fur darting across remote roads. Even the Midlands and East Anglia, with their patchwork of farmland and woods, saw frequent encounters, sometimes caught on doorbell cameras at the edge of suburbia. The proximity to people made the sightings harder to dismiss, suggesting these animals were adapting to human presence. In the southwest, old legends like the Beast of Bodmin surged back to life with relentless new reports. Every corner of Britain, from Cornwall to the Cairngorms, became part of the unfolding drama. The scale suggested something far more widespread than isolated hoaxes or mistakes. The mystery was now national. With extraordinary claims came necessary skepticism. Many argued these were just large domestic or feral cats, or even wild boar or dogs seen in poor light. The lack of clear, verifiable evidence, no bodies, no crystal-clear photos, remained the skeptics' strongest argument. Experts pointed out that if big cats were truly breeding in Britain, we'd expect roadkill or a captured specimen. Some questioned whether the countryside could even support such predators. Until a biologist could examine a specimen, the phenomenon remained in the realm of anecdote and cryptozoology. The voice of doubt was a crucial counterbalance, demanding extraordinary evidence for extraordinary claims. As stories mounted, the search for proof intensified. Large, rounded paw prints, showing no claw marks, were found and cast across the country, consistent with big cats. Farmers reported livestock kills with classic feline signs: a single bite to the throat, carcasses dragged and partially buried. Trail cameras captured fleeting images: a muscular black animal in Dorset, a tufted-eared creature in the highlands. DNA analysis of hares and scats sometimes returned feline results, though often inconclusive. The evidence was tantalizing, but never definitive. Each muddy print, each blurry video, each hair sample built a case that something more than folklore was at play. Yet, the smoking gun remained elusive. The hunt for physical evidence became a national obsession. The mystery deepened with every new clue. With evidence mounting, attention turned to origins. The leading theory. After the 1976 Dangerous Wild Animals Act, some owners released pumas, leopards, and lynx into the wild to avoid new regulations. These cats, raised in captivity but still wild at heart, could have survived and bred in secret. Others point to recent escapes from private collections, with single animals covering vast territories and sparking waves of sightings. Some naturalists even suggest a remnant population of native lynx or a British panther surviving undetected in remote areas. Most likely, it's a mixed descendants of released animals, recent escapees, and mistaken identities. This cocktail theory explains the variety in descriptions and the patchwork of sightings. The true origin remains as elusive as the cats themselves. The mystery is as complex as the landscape they roam. The surge in sightings had a profound impact on communities. In rural areas, excitement and intrigue mixed with unease. Social media buzzed, pubs filled with stories, and a sense of shared adventure grew. For farmers, the threat was real. Livestock losses brought anxiety and frustration. Parents grew cautious, warning children to stay close to home. Some communities formed monitoring groups, setting up trail cameras and mapping sightings. These citizen scientists became the front line of investigation. The legend even became a local brand. Pubs renamed, ales brewed, merchandise sold. Communities adapted, turning fear into fascination and mystery into identity. The big cat enigma became part of local culture. As evidence mounted, scientists took notice. Wildlife organizations and universities began systematically collecting data, searching for patterns. Environmental DNA analysis offered a new way to detect elusive animals without ever seeing them. Zoologists analyzed tracks and kill sites, filtering credible evidence from misidentifications. Some tracks showed the unique four-toed pattern of big cats, lending scientific weight to the claims. Yet, without a body, most experts remained cautious. No breeding population could be confirmed. The scientific method demanded repeatable, verifiable proof. The search became more rigorous, but the cats remained ghosts. As 2025 ended, sightings subsided, but the mystery endured. No big cat was captured, no undeniable proof emerged. The creatures, if real, remained masters of evasion, leaving more questions than answers. The year's events changed how we see our landscape, reminding us that wildness and wonder still exist. The legend speaks to our deep need for mystery, connecting us to a wilder past. Whether real or imagined, the big cats keep the wild heart of Britain beating. The whispers have grown quiet, but the enigma remains. Next time you walk at dusk, you might just wonder, is something watching from the shadows?